3 of our Turkey travel series with Anuja. We've explored Istanbul and Cappadocia in part 1 and 2. Do check them out. But now let's talk about something crucial: where to stay while you're in Turkey. Whether you're looking for luxury, boutique hotels, or unique stays, Anuja's experiences are surely going to inspire you. In this episode, she shares her experiences and tips for choosing the perfect accommodation in Istanbul and Cappadocia. But before that, Anuja, please tell us when did you go to Turkey and how much time did you spend there?
So Turkey was basically in 2024 in the month of May. So this was a very planned trip. Anyway, Turkey was on my mind for a long time, but I never got opportunity to plan during the right travel period. The right travel period for Turkey is typically between April to May, where the weather is pleasant and you can explore a lot of places there.
So
It
how
was
much time did you spend? Were you longer in Istanbul or Cappadocia?
yes, Istanbul 3 4 days and 2 2.5 days in Kapan.
Okay. Rajan, I want to know about the hotels and the stays that you had in Turkey, one in Istanbul and then the Kiev Hotel, which I'm also very excited to hear about.
Right, yes. Istanbul, we lived in a hotel called Hotel Nikos. This is a boutique hotel. Our objective was to explore the city on our own. And anyway, full day out, morning after breakfast, 9:30, you step out of the hotel, you come back only in the night, 9:30, 10 o'clock. So we were okay with staying in a boutique hotel. It had all the necessary facilities. It was absolutely as per our requirement. Fortunately, when we booked it, this is I think pretty new. I think 3-year-old hotel. It is very clean, hygienic. Breakfast included. A delicious Turkish breakfast highlight in they have a rooftop restaurant, and that rooftop restaurant gives you view of the sea directly in the sea where the cruise takes place. It is called the Marmara Sea. So you get a nice view of the sea. You can sit in the terrace, get some vitamin D for yourself in the morning. Because even in May, it is pleasant there. It is summers, but it is quite pleasant. You feel like carrying a small cardigan also with you, and sit there, have your hot coffee, tea, whatever, and keep looking at the sea. So very amazing view from the terrace. Nice Turkish breakfast you will have. The rooms are pretty clean. All necessary toiletries are there in the hotel. Then it has AC, it has TV, hot, cold water, everything. And the best part is it is in the Sultan Ahmad Square and very close to all the tourist spots, which is at a walking distance. So Orkan Hagia Sophia, Blue Mosque, Topkapi Palace, everything is the tram station, everything is close by. So that was our criteria to book that hotel.
So all things work in its favor: location, views, and even the
Yeah,
amenities of the staff were good.
absolutely. And another best part is the staff was very helpful. The staff was very helpful, very friendly. In fact, they only helped us on finding the way through the tram, how to locate your Hawa bus, where to go. They gave us the chart. They'll explain everything. In Turkey, you will face this little language barrier. The locals will not speak a lot of English there. But if you in the restaurants, hotels, and all, the tourism department, whoever are connected to the tourism, they will all speak English. So it was very convenient to ask everything to the hotel and the receptionist. So they helped us with our airport transfer, of course, while going back to Istanbul. Then we wanted to go to Cappadocia, to how to book the Hawa bus, then how to take the tram station, how to go to everything. They helped us. And in fact, when we were exploring the city by ourselves, we used to even call up the reception and ask that we are here now. How do we go to the another place? Which station should we take? And they are so helpful. They pick up the call and information. If you feel you don't have network, your Google Maps are not working, simply call up the reception staff
And
and
wow.
we can look at the tram station or any other nearby landmark.
Okay, that's pretty great. So all good like experiences for you at Rico's Hotel.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And was very good. In fact, I'm still in touch with them because I do sometimes get recommendations or referencing for hotels where I stayed. So sometimes I recommend my friends, acquaintances that you can stay in Hotel Legos if you're buying with the rate and all, you can stay there. So I'm sometimes I'm in touch with the Hotel Legos staff even now. You can help them with their booking.
You're now their ambassador.
You can say so.
What about your hotel in Cappadocia, the Cave Hotel?
Cave Hotel, yeah. So Cappadocia, like I said, it's mostly the highlight there is caves. So you should live or you should stay in a cave hotel only. You will get many there. So I lived in Goreme Valley Cave Hotel. So Goreme Valley Cave House is the cave hotel which I stayed in. It's middle of the city. Again, the hotel staff, reception staff are very friendly. All the bookings, whatever I had to do, I had to just inform the reception that I want to take the hot air balloon flight or the green tour. They will do the complete booking. And the best part is, I got a pretty big room with a jacuzzi and all already built in the room. However, we did not use it. That's a different thing. But they upgraded us to a very big room, which had a nice balcony, this jacuzzi inside. The rooms are very big. The interiors are very nice. Interiors are nicely done up with nice Turkish architecture. These antique rugs are there, like home decor and all. You will get a proper Turkish vibe once you enter these cave hotels. And again, if your breakfast is included, like a Turkish breakfast in the morning, and all the necessary availabilities are there. All your toiletries, AC, and all of that, everything is there. And the best part of this hotel is they have a terrace, and then you get a view, amazing view of this hot air balloon in the morning. So suppose you're not taking your flight, you can simply go to the terrace and keep watching the flights. All the balloons taking off together at the same time. It feels so dreamy, like a fairy tale. You just simply sitting and maybe having a cup of coffee or something, coffee, tea, and you see all the flights taking, all the hot air balloons taking flight next to you, one by one after the other. So that is a USP of this hotel. They have a nice terrace to get the view. Even if not flying, unfortunately, because of the weather or something, at least, or maybe if you don't have time or don't want to do, at least get the experience of the view because terrace.
What is it like staying in a cave hotel? Does it feel different or is it?
Yes, like I said, the structure is different, the architecture is different because it is slightly curvy. And when you enter that, you are getting into a cave. And of course, once you get inside the cave, it is properly nicely decked up with the Turkish. It's slightly dim. The lights are not very loud, like very vibrant. Slightly dim lights, which will give you that cave feeling. The structure is like that. The architecture is like that. So for me, again, this was my first time, so it was amazing. The concept of staying in a cave house was exciting, was amazing. So anything you do for the first time, you'll always, want to know how this experience will be. Will it be okay or good or something like that? But this was amazing. I had a very good experience staying in this cave hotel.
That's great. Both the accommodations that you picked were turned out to be great.
Yes.
Finding the right stay can really enhance your travel experience. But wait, what about the dishes to try while in Turkey? And are there any things you need to know before you go? In the next and final part of this series, Anuja shares her must try dishes and essential travel hacks. Don't miss it, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more travel stories. Until next time, happy travels!